Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well on this wonderful Friday. Today's video is going to be a mini episode recap and some current, maybe not so current, I guess, stats of the house. And then I was thinking I could start incorporating some astrology into my videos. I used to do that, so I was thinking maybe I'll bring that back. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, stick around and keep watching, I guess. Anyways, so last night's episode was an eviction episode, the first one of the season. We love to see it. I am noticing there is no intro moment in the episodes. I feel like there was an intro last season. So is this new? I don't know. I guess my memory could be deceiving me. Maybe there wasn't an intro last season, and I don't know. I'm just noticing it this time around, and it's bugging me. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. It's just bugging me, okay? Julie, she looked stunning per usual. That's not shocking at all. Rachel's outfit was definitely a choice. I was really focused on the earrings for some reason. But you know what? She's a fashion icon, so it's fine. That's the fun of fashion, isn't it? We can get a little wild, we can have fun with it. My favorite look of the night was Lauren and Morgan, and Catherine was an honorable mention. But Lauren and Morgan, they just looked incredible. I just loved it. Production was working overtime because they wanted to make sure that we saw that Rachel versus Zay moment in the house. And I just love a quick turnaround. I really do. So, yay, production. And I feel like Mickey, Morgan, and Catherine just are not getting the credit that they deserve for campaigning as hard as they did for Amy. They really put in that work. I really feel like the edit made it seem like Rachel put in all the work, but it was really mostly Morgan and Mickey, honestly, with like another honorable mention for Catherine. Catherine kind of worked her magic with Lauren, but like Morgan and Mickey were really putting in that work, and I feel like all of their credit went to Rachel. But Rachel, it's probably going to happen quite, and I'm not saying that Rachel isn't her own little mastermind. Of course she is. She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment. But, I feel like Morgan and Mickey, they deserve their credit too. The Blockbuster competition pissed me off because they never told us what the scrambled word was. It just had to do with the tiara. Now, I could have missed it. I'm human. Totally opportunity for a mistake here. But I feel like I didn't, and I was trying really hard to figure out what the hell the scrambled words were. All I got was the middle one, which I think was with. The other two, I was like, I don't know what this is saying. So if you figured it out, let me know. Because unless I missed it, I didn't see them tell us what the damn words were. And I just saw, Kelly, she tried to put that tiara on, and production was like, stop it. Immediately no. And so she's like, never mind, sorry. As we know, Zay ended up getting evicted. What isn't shocking. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Anybody who watches feeds figured that was going to happen. I was also pissed off that they didn't do the goodbye messages. Is that new? Or has that been going on for the last couple seasons? See, like, I missed a few seasons and everything's all messed up. Now I'm coming back and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why are things changing? I don't know. And during the episode, the mastermind was hella creepy and was like going around the house. It was obvious that they didn't film that like with the house guests sleeping. But, like maybe during a competition, they turned off all the lights and had that moment with the mastermind, whatever. But he unleashed 3 powers into the house. And so I'll get to that in a second because we do know who got these powers. Powers. Okay, so first off, currently, Jimmy has 1 HOH. His targets, as of last night, are Keanu, Kelly, and Adrian. He feels like they're a trio and they're working together and it makes the most sense. Keanu, like, duh. Kelly is, she's an obvious one because she's already been put up on the block. I was a little surprised about Adrian, but, like I said, Jimmy feels like they're working together, and it just makes the most sense. If those nominations have changed, and I just don't know it yet, let me know in the comment section. Mickey won a power. Her power is, so by the way, I'm pretty sure they had to go around the house and like find clues and stuff, and that's how you come across, like that's how you get your power. There was stuff hidden throughout the house and they had to find it, and there was like a clue or something, and that's where they got their power. Mickey won a power where she can take over an HOH. And the catch is that the HOH that she's taking over can question everybody in the house. They have up to 3 minutes. And the point is they want to try to figure out who is trying to take over their HOH and then call them out. Like it'll be revealed, oh, Mickey's trying to take over your HOH, Pretty cool power. Like that's pretty solid. Kelly has an opportunity where she has to earn her power somehow, like in a competition, or maybe they'll give her a task. Only she will compete in it or participate. Kelly doesn't know how she'll have to earn her power. I'm pretty sure it's a competition, but that's why I'm saying like maybe they'll give her a task or something. And then Keanu has a power that doubles his chance of veto if he's on the block. Those are all, well, Mickey's and Keanu's pretty damn cool powers. Definitely helpful for both of them. We still need a little bit more details on Kelly's power. The last I saw her explain her power was to Keanu. So if she has since explained it more, again, let me know in the comment section. We're a team here. And then Zach told Jimmy and Morgan that he thinks Keanu has a power because at some point Keanu and Zach were like looking for clues, and I guess Keanu went straight to a clue that was empty, and Zach was like, how did you know that was there? You must have this power. And then Morgan tells Jimmy that everybody wants Keanu gone. So I think the consensus is Keanu. Yeah. And last week, like, Keanu was really putting in overtime, like, just being a menace to the whole house, which I feel like, yeah, they kind of showed that on the episodes, but not really, like, to the extent. I don't know. I feel like he might know someone in production, because I feel like they went really light on him. But, Anyway, so the week ahead, Mercury has Mercury is retrograde starting yesterday or today. So that's a lot of miscommunication. It is conjunct, of course, this season's Mercury in the 8th house. So other people's resources. This season there is an 8th house Sun and Mercury combo. So a lot of like helping each other, a lot of using each other's resources or alliances or connections. There's also like a possibility for this to be a kind of intense season, which I feel like we're already seeing. But to have a Mercury retrograde conjunct natal retrograde, that's just a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding. So everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's this week. Well, for the next 3, to be honest, because Mercury will be retrograde for the next 3 weeks. So it's going to be a theme for the next couple of weeks. If I were in the house, I would be very mindful of maybe being careful with information I relay to someone else, because there could be a lot of he said, she said. There could be a lot of game of telephone where you have one bit of information and it ends up getting screwed up down the line, which is very easy to do in this game, of course. There's not a lot of changes happening so far in the transits because the season did just start. Like literally just started. The moon is currently in this season's 5th house of fun, which definitely makes sense because we did have that fight happen between Zay and Rachel, and the moon would have been conjunct this season's Chiron, which is like the wounded healer. I would say that moment might have like kind of shook Rachel a little bit, you know, where she was like, oh my gosh. Like, so I feel like she's probably doubting herself a lot right now. You know, really questioning if she can do it, you know? But really the only change this week is that Mercury retrograde, the moon will transfer or will, transit into this season's 6th house of like work and, routine. So we'll see, and Uranus is in the 6th house natally for this season, conjunct Venus. So the moon will be conjunct transiting Uranus and natal Uranus. So like I could expect a bit of an emotional blow up happening. Maybe there's a breakup of an alliance at some point this week. So let's keep an eye open for that. All right, you guys. This video is already like 11 minutes long, which I feel like I'm going to try to really keep my videos shorter. I have a tendency to ramble and yap, which is what I'm doing right now. And so my videos tend to be pretty long, and I hate that. I hate that for all of us. So I'm going to try to really focus on making them shorter starting my next video, because here I am rambling. Okay, anyways, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and if you want to just drop me a little comment, it really helps. But yeah, all right, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.